Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shaq coming to you with another video. Welcome back to my channel, Oh No Man Anything. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate you. If you're someone who has watched my videos in the past and have found value in them, please go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're new to the channel and you like this video, please go ahead and consider subscribing as well. But anyways, this channel is called Oh No Man Anything. The purpose of this channel, man, is to help you break those chains, catch these pips so that you can live your life. All right, so I started this channel about a month ago, and again, I'm a 5-year veteran trader, and so a lot of my content is going to be tailored for both ends of the spectrum. So maybe the trader who's been trading for a couple years, or maybe just some months or whatever, but they're still struggling, and also the new beginner. And so this video here is going to be for you new beginners. The biggest question that, I'll get, in conversation when someone finds out that I trade or whatever, or wants to know how to trade is like, how do I get started? Like, they're like, Shaq, how do you get started? How do you learn to start trading? And this website that I'm on right now, guys, babypips.com. I mentioned it in my previous video, how to learn how to trade Forex. I dropped that like last week, and it was in there. And I spoke about BabyPips, and I talked about the importance of learning concepts, that if you want to be successful in trading, just like learning a language or anything like that, or just like learning how to weld or do anything, you have to kind of learn the concepts of something, and then you can build upon those concepts. And trading is no different. If you can learn the concepts of trading, then you can begin to build a foundation of understanding and build a foundation of mastery. So babypips.com, man, is like the Wikipedia for Forex traders, if you will. It's just a great beginning place to begin to learn everything about Forex. So without further ado, I'm going to show you this here, just show you how it looks. And so let's go ahead and get started. So I am signed into my account, and it shows that I've completed like 3 out of 347. I actually just created this account for you guys. I think back in the day when I started back in 2016, I was using a different email address or whatever, because I pretty much went through the school of Pipsology, or whatever that they call it, in its entirety. But you will create an account. You don't have to create an account, but I would say create an account, because it'll help you track how much progress has been made. But guys, I mean, it's really great, because you'll start off by going to preschool. All right, so let's just go ahead and click on preschool. And again, like I said, I started this one here just so I can show you guys. So it'll basically take you through like, what is Forex, right? And so you can click into this here. All right. All right, and it'll basically talk to you about what the Forex market is, because a lot of people are like, okay, what is Forex, right? And it'll give you that explanation of what Forex is. And you can continue going on and going on to understand, like I said, these concepts. So let me go back out here. So what is Forex? What is traded in Forex? Buying and selling currency pairs, Forex market size and liquidity, the different ways to trade Forex. So like, and the different ways to trade Forex, is a really good one, because it'll kind of begin to show you, like, for when you're watching people on YouTube, like, okay, what are they really actually participating in, or like, how do they get the mindset of like, okay, when to like buy or when to sell. It talks about like, how do you trade Forex? So what is a pip in Forex? What is a lot size in Forex? All these are concepts, guys. All these are concepts that, like, when you're trying to come in to understand what you're about to participate in, what you're about to get yourself into, it's important to have a level of, a level of understanding, a foundation. And this thing just goes really, really in depth. It talks about demo trading. So like, as I mentioned on my previous video, like how to learn how to trade Forex. I basically talked about starting off demo trading for a while. So to basically talk about, you know, how to have success in your demo trading before you actually start trading with live money. When can you trade Forex? So it'll break it down to you, understanding sessions, right? There's a few different sessions in the Forex market. So you have the US session, which is from, and I'm giving these times in Central Standard Time, which is about, let me see here real quick. It's about 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Each and every day, like basically Monday through Friday, if you will. Sunday and Friday is a bit different because Sunday it opens up at like 4, and then Friday it closes at 4. So Sunday and Fridays are a little bit different, but for most days out of the week, Monday through Thursday, again, these times are Central Standard Time. You have like a New York session, which is from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., a Tokyo session, which is from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m., and then a London session, which is from 2 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so like understanding these sessions can tell you like when to trade a specific pair. For instance, Euro USD. You wouldn't really want to trade, you're right, so we're talking about the, you know, European versus the United States currency, right? So you wouldn't really want to be trading Euro USD within the Tokyo session from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. You can, but right, the volatility, those markets aren't really open in between those times. Only the Tokyo session is, right? Or if you're trading, you know, Great Britain pound and the Swiss franc, you wouldn't really be, both of those are basically London session pairs, right? So you wouldn't really be wanting to trade London, you wouldn't be wanting to trade the Great Britain pound and the Swiss franc outside of London session, which again, Central Standard Time is 2 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so so understanding this, guys, and you know what I mean, like I could, this video would be an hour long, and I don't want it to be that long if I explain in depth. But again, if you want to learn this, if you truly say to yourself like, hey, I want to learn Forex, go through babypips.com, because then you'll be able to start understanding and piecing together concepts, understanding what people, like when you're watching videos on YouTube, you'll begin to understand what people are talking about when they're saying like catching the pips, or they're talking about market structure, right? And you know, that's I talk about market structure if you watch any of my videos, right? And I actually have a do you understand the language of the market market structure video, so check that out as well. But it talks about that in BabyPips, Forex market structure. Who are the players in Forex, right? Who trades Forex? Because us as retail traders, we're not the only people that actually trade Forex. As a matter of fact, we are a tiny, small spectacle of what makes up the entirety of the players involved in the Forex market. You know, tiny player. Talks about why trading Forex and different stuff like that. Let's get out of the preschool here. And again, I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but I want to try to build value, and you know, don't sleep on BabyPips. And what I mean by like, if you know, what I mean by don't sleep on it is simply meaning like it has value on it. So don't diss it. Like if you're a beginner trader, or even if you're a struggling trader, even coming back and going back over some concepts, going back over some things and reteaching yourself. I know from the first, I would say 2 years or whatever, me trading Forex and being involved in trading, I was very much well involved with coming back here and going through the course and stuff like that. So you then go on to kindergarten, you learn about brokers, right? And I'll make a video about brokers and stuff, but instead of waiting on me to make a video or whatever about it, come right here to BabyPips and you can begin to know what a broker is. A broker is simply the middleman between you and the market, right? So you need a broker to basically place your trade on the real live market. So it's just a go in between, an in between, a company, if you will, that's the in between you as the trader and the Forex market. And the same thing works for stocks and any other trading markets. So then after you finish kindergarten, you'll go on to elementary. You'll learn about support and resistance lines, all right? So again, I just started my YouTube channel about a month ago, and I'm gonna begin to, you know, tap into a lot of these different things and make videos, but you'll learn about support and resistance levels, Japanese candlesticks. So, you know, learning, like, as I talked about on the other video, learning the anatomy of a candlestick is highly important, highly important. Fibonacci, you saw if you looked at my like $900 trade video and my $500 in 1 hour trade video or whatever, you'll know that I strongly use Fibonacci's in my like style and my strategy of trading. Moving averages, all right? So I'm not very popular on moving averages and indicators as a whole, but this is what I'll say about this, guys. You'll hear a lot of people, and even including myself, saying that, hey, you don't need indicators to be successful. You don't need indicators or whatever, you know, blah, 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 naked Forex all day. You don't need all that crap on your charts. But the reality of the situation is that don't take my word for it, actually learn it, because there are plenty of people out there who use indicators or whatever, and maybe their chart might look a mess, but they're killing it. They're, you know, they're running it up. So the reality of the situation is you got to go what works for you. And the way you know it works for you is by learning different things, man. I learned everything in the book, man. Like, I studied, you know, indicators. I tried the MACD, you know what I'm saying? The only indicator I probably use now is like RSI, kind of overbought, oversold type thing. But I learned about this, you know, stochastic. I've learned about the MACD. I learned about, you know, moving averages. I learned about, you know, all of these different things, you know what I mean? Because again, you're building a bag of tools that you can reach in and use to your benefit. Everything that you learn will you use? No. And everything that we learned in life over a time period, right? Do we actually use everything that we learned in life? No, we don't. But at least at least you have that understanding, at least you have the knowledge, so that when the time does come, you don't lack the knowledge, right? You don't lack the knowledge. So furthermore, it goes on, talks about, you know, going into middle school, you know, pivot points and things like that. I learned about that. I understand. I don't use pivot points. I learned the concept of pivot points and stuff, oscillators and momentum indicators. And then you'll go into summer school, Elliott wave theory. So I used to be like really, really big into Elliott wave theory. It is, it's a really, really cool theory or whatever. And I'll say this, man, it's one of those things that, like, sorry, I think my camera kind of like dropped there. So it's one of those concepts that really everyone, I would honestly say, participates in it, whether we know it or not. But I won't go too much in depth with it, but basically it's like a five wave pattern. You have a series of impulse followed by retracements. But if you want to learn about the Elliott wave theory, there are people who literally trade, literally the only thing they trade is Elliott wave. And it's really, really great. And it's good to obviously be able to know how to spot that, because if you're at maybe the final leg move has happened, so wave 5, right? Then you know the ABC pattern is coming next, which is a retracement pattern, a sign of reversal. So, you know, that's something to take in consideration if you know the Elliott wave theory and you're looking at this like as a potential buy, but now you got to kind of realize like, okay, it's at the uptrend and it's completed the 5th wave. So maybe I'll kind of be a little bit careful, maybe wait for some, you know, stronger indications to get in the market, being that the 5th wave just did. But I don't want to, you know, bore you guys too much with that. There's a lot there. The harmonic price pattern. So that is really, really cool, man. So Scott Carnegie, kind of like the founder of Harmonic Patterns, but he found that there were interesting things in the market when it came to like pullbacks, retracements, and Fibonacci's and things of that nature. So you can get these like what you guys are probably looking at and saying, this is weird, but you can get these things called the crab pattern, the Gartley pattern. I discussed this, I don't know why my camera keeps dropping, sorry guys. But yeah, so you can get these different patterns in the market, like Gartley patterns and crab patterns, and there's so many more, the bat pattern, butterfly, and they all just are basically based upon like extensions and pullbacks, and you know, and Fibonacci's, and they happen all the time in the market. They happen repetitively, and I'm actually capable. I don't remember like all the measurements, so I do. I will come back to BabyPips or whatever. Like if I'm looking at a Gartley, like I'm like, oh, I think this is a Gartley, but I personally don't remember all the the retracements, the Fibonacci levels of each of these patterns. So I will come back to BabyPips for that. But great, I might do a video on that. This is called an advanced chart pattern. So these are a little bit more in-depth for more of an advanced trader. So I will say that. And I myself even want to continue to get better at harmonic patterns because they really have a high winning percentage rate. And so again, you want to start off with the basics, but do take a look at this though when you're going through it, because again, it's going to build on it. So when you learn support and resistance, pullbacks and things of that nature, and then you learn the Fibonacci retracements, which are all like when you're in kindergarten and elementary and stuff like that. So when you finally get to this particular lesson, you're going to have all of the different concepts to begin to at least understand why the harmonic patterns are a beneficial strategy or a beneficial concept of trading to know. Then you would go on to high school, trading divergence. So if you can see here, I actually have my divergence cheat sheet right here. All right, so and that's bookmarked on my computer, right? Because there's many different types of divergence. You have regular divergence and you have hidden divergence, as you can see here. And so they're different. I think on my $900 trade video, I might have talked about divergence as one of the reasonings. So anytime I show a trade to you guys, I'll always give you the reasonings on why I entered the trade. And so I do believe that was one of the reasons why I got into the trade. Well, pretty much, if I see divergence, you know what I mean, and I already have a couple of different factors in there, support and resistance, Fibonacci retracement, a retest of a major support, dynamic support resistance zone, and then you throw divergence in there. Like I said, man, it's hallelujah. I'm throwing my hands back, you know what I'm saying, and I'm getting into the trade, you know what I'm saying. So divergence is really good, and again, I'll make a video about that, guys. I don't want this to be extremely long or whatever, but divergence is in its simplistic is when your price action, your oscillator, such as like your RSI or whatever, is supposed to follow price action. So one thing of divergence is if price action is making like higher highs and higher lows going up, but your oscillator, so your indicator, is making like lower lows and lower highs, that's divergent, because the purpose of an oscillator is to follow price action. That's the purpose of an oscillator. So when you use an oscillator and you see that like it's doing something different from price action, then you get divergence. And again, man, please go in here, man, and take a look at it. Again, divergence is that important to me that it's bookmarked here, right? So like, it's really important. And just go through BabyPips, man. Take your time. I wish I'd have brought my binder or whatever, but like, it's like probably like in my closet or whatever, in a box or something like that. But man, I literally had notepad and binder, just like, and I started from pre-K, man. Don't rush it. Don't just immediately hop over here to divergence or whatever the case may be. But maybe if you've been around the game for quite some time and you want to, learn divergence, maybe you already know what a pip is, you already know all that different stuff, then for sure. But to my beginner traders, take your time, man. Go through the course, man. Go through the course. So after you finish high school, you'll go through undergraduate as a freshman, undergraduate sophomore. So these are, again, like building and building more. So after that point, you're getting out of just kind of the concept of trading and learning what the Forex market is. And now you're kind of getting into some stuff that'll, kind of really be able to boost your trading to the next level. Like, I know market correlation, which I plan on doing a video about that, is probably in there somewhere. Multiple time frame analysis is a great one. That one there, that's a great one. But as you can see, undergraduate sophomore, undergraduate junior, talk to you about how to create your own trading system. I mean, guys, this is freaking free, man. This is free information, bro. It's free information, I promise you. Don't sleep on this. Currency correlations, yeah. Currency correlations, which I'll do a video about that sometime in the future. And as you can see, it's important to me that I actually have a bookmark for Forex correlations through my FX books or whatever. And I actually have that bookmark there, Forex correlations. Really, really, really good concept that can take your trading to the next level and help you to avoid mistakes. And then you got graduation. So there you go, man. Like, you know, like I said, it's just awesome. Like, it's just an awesome website. Again, it's free. And you can just go through and learn these different concepts. And again, if you're a new beginner trader, I strongly encourage you just to start here. Start on what is Forex? Can you trade Forex? Just start there and go all the way from preschool to being, you know, in you know, elementary and middle school and high school and blah, 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 college and stuff like that. And maybe if you're just a struggling trader, maybe if you're a struggling trader and you kind of already understand the basics of Forex, right? So you know, like, you know when the sessions occur, you know what a pip is, you know about all these different basic concepts of Forex. Well, okay, then go and start enhancing your trading skills a bit more. So go and visit on like how to create your own trading strategy plan. Divergence, look into that if you don't know anything about that, or look into the Harmonic Patterns, start building on more of those. I'd probably say, yeah, like if you're a struggling trader and you've been doing it for a while, maybe kind of start around summer school, look into the Elliott wave theory and different stuff like that and kind of go through. But that's it, guys, man. That's all I have for you. I just really wanted to give value because, again, a lot of people ask me, how did I learn how to start trading? And it was babypips.com. I basically use babypips.com as like a Wikipedia source. So I learned the concept, the basic concept of things, and then I would take that information and go onto YouTube and type in that particular. So for instance, if it was Elliott wave theory that you wanted to learn more in depth about, I would take and go into Elliott wave theory and type into YouTube like Elliott wave theory, right? So I can actually do that for you guys here. So let's see. So I'd go into Elliott wave theory, and as you can see, like you can find different things here, right? Like you can click into it, right? And find something that works for you, right? So like, obviously there's a lot of different choices to choose from and stuff like that. Shout out Rainer. He's really, really good. I definitely watch a lot of his videos and stuff like that along my journey and stuff. Really great trader, but find out whatever video. My point is with that was just like, get the concept or whatever, and then you can go to YouTube, type that in, right? And then go into more and more depth. So then you'll have an understanding from BabyPips on a basic level. And then you can actually see like someone actually like trading that in the real live markets, right? And so, just build on from there. So I hope this video was helpful for you, man. If it was helpful for you, man, please give it a thumbs up, man. Please comment. Let me know where you are in your trading journey. Let me know how this video has helped you. And please, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow, man. My desire, man, really is just to get to the beginner trader before they're convinced or lied to about having to join some company or whatever to be able to learn how to trade, or a struggling trader who, maybe they've been trading for 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years or whatever, and they're still, still haven't had quite the success that they want. I just want to help you guys out, man. So liking it, commenting, subscribing to the channel is going to help us reach, because I want to create a family here, reach other traders who definitely want to learn the skill of trading. And like I always say, man, no matter what your profession is, learning how to trade can definitely have a great financial impact for you and create another source of income. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Your boy Shaq is out.